guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be taking you guys on how to do an hair bonnet. The hair bonnet comes in two ways. We have the one with the band and the one with an elastic, and as you can see, the one on my head is the one with an elastic, and I guess this one is more common than the other design. So guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment and subscribe please. So guys, stay tuned. Welcome guys. So we'll be needing a yard of our fabric and half yard of an elastic. So now we have to fold our fabric into 4 places. The measurement needed now is 18 inches. So you measure out your 18 inches and fold your fabric into 2. You know we said we have to fold into 4 places, but you have to fold into 2 first, then you fold again. So now we have to measure out 14 inches from the edge. That's like a center of the fabric. So you measure out your 14 inches. 14 inches from the edge downwards. And yes, you have to add your sewing allowance of ½ inch. So we have to do that until you get to the end of the other side. So we are about to cut out our fabric. Please note, whenever you are cutting a fabric and you already draw out the line, please cut after the line. Don't cut before the line, because if you cut before the line, you are reusing the measurement of whatever you are trying to cut. So now we've cut out our fabric. As you can see, it's in form of a cone. So we have to notch the center. That's the side by side center. Like we said, this is an ½ yard of an elastic. So you have to do a pleating round the elastic. So guys, let's move to the machine. So we'll be using a white thread for the sewing. So you place the elastic down, the edge part of the elastic. Now you place the notched part of the fabric on the edge of the elastic. So now let's start with our pleating. Please, when sewing, make sure you stitch your material, make sure you stitch your fabric to avoid the losing of the fabric. So this is what we do until we get to the other end of the elastic. Okay guys, we are ready. So now we have to stitch whatever we are seeing. Make sure you stitch. It is very, very important, because if you don't stitch, the whatever you are sewing might lose. Now we are trying to turn our bonnet. We are so ready. We are ready. So now we have to stitch the elastic at the back. We have to stitch by ½ inch, at least by ½ inch. Yippee! Our bonnet is ready, already. Now let's try it on. Can you see how beautiful it looks? Very easy to cut and sew. So now we are going to the other design, which is the one with an elastic. You know, this design comes in 2 ways. If you want like a 2 color, probably this is the silver material, probably you want a black underneath, you can use a black for the lining instead of the same material. So you can wear it in 2 ways. You can wear the black today and wear the silver part tomorrow. So make sure you notch. So guys, let's sew our fabric. Now we have to sew the fabric in a circular form. That's we placing the notched parts on each other. the notched parts on each other in a circular form. So guys, you have to leave at least 1 inch. That's for the turning of the fabric, because if you join them together, you won't be able to turn the fabric. So guys, let's turn our fabric. The next thing to do now is to iron out our fabric. That's the circular sewing we did. So we need to iron it out to get a smooth and neat job. And yes, this is the 1 inch we opened, so now we are going to stitch it back. Now we've ironed out our fabric. Can you see how smooth it is? So now we are going to measure out at least 2 inches. 2 inches for us to be able to pass our elastic to bring out that design at the front. So now you measure 2 inches in a circular form. So guys, let's move to the machine. So now we are going to sew it in a circular form. So guys, you can see the sewing. You know we said this is an elastic bonnet, so where we are going to pass our elastic through is an 1/2 inch sewing. So you measure out your 1/2 inch in a circular form. Now our sewing is ready. So now to pass our elastic, we need to cut out a tiny piece, like a very tiny one. So you cut out a tiny piece. Chai, this my scissors is too sharp. So now let's pass our elastic through that hole. The measurement for my own head is actually 24, but then for somebody who has a smaller head, because I have a big head though, so you have to use 22 for yourself. But if you have a big head just like me, use 24 divided by 2, making 12. But if you have a small head, you can use 22, that's divided by 2, that's 11, and add your sewing allowance of 1/2 inch. So guys, we are almost done passing our elastic. Our bonnet is 99% ready. So now we are going to join the end to end elastic together. That's we are going to stitch them together. We are going to stitch them together. So now let's go to the machine. Yes, our bonnet is ready. Our bonnet is ready. So now let's try it on. You can see how simple it is. So guys, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, comment and subscribe. See you next week.